Oh, hello everybody, it's the GenerallyGoodGamer here. Thank you for joining myself and Gennal on our journey again. As you can see, you've just joined us with Gennal making the long trek from Booty Bay all the way up to the Crystal Vein Mine to kill some basilisks, 2 different types, and to collect some Crystal Vein ore from the mine here. Almost there. I think it's about time that Gennal prepared for some foray into this basilisk nest. Up. She made some drinks already. She's made some mana gems. We'll have her sit down, have a little drink. She's quite thirsty. It's an extremely humid environment here. She is sweating a lot. Thankfully, she's wearing very little, and so due to that, the sweat isn't quite drenching her top half. Just from the midriff down, it's basically like she's wearing a towel. It's quite awful for her. In any case, she's going to sweat again now while she fights these basilisks. So, Gennal, do your thing. Just to remind you why we're doing this. In the last episodes, we have been helping the people of Gilneas and understanding more about their plight. They've only recently opened up their gates and allowed outsiders in. I'm not entirely sure about the plight of their people. Gennal's going to have to do a little bit more background reading into those people. But we have been helping them out regardless of the reasons for why. And in doing so, they have led us here. The blacksmith in Ravenshire in Gilneas required some crystal vein ore, and we've been told, rather he directed us to Booty Bay to a goblin here who may have directions for where to find this crystal vein ore that he required, and he pointed us to these basilisks. They must have been correct, as we already have one, which is very good news. I thought we might have to get inside of the mine, but it seems that actually just killing the basilisks relieves them of their ore too. I wonder, have they swallowed the ore? Is it sort of residing inside of their stomachs, perhaps? And what is this? Nothing that I can... Oh my gosh, it is... That is a half of a person that has clearly been turned to crystal. Goodness me. If we look around here, there's some more littered about. There's someone in their death pose. Troll by the looks of it. Goodness me. So that is not a good way to go out. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it's a painless way to go out. God, seeing these corpses littered around this area, Gennal is certainly going to try and keep these basilisks at a distance. Gennal sees a cave entrance that she will head inside, and to the left first she sees a lustrous rock, a glowing rock. Indeed, it contains crystal vein ore. I'm not sure how she's managing to get this. She has no pickaxe on her. But I suppose that she is simply pulling at a stalagmite. Pulling at a stalagmite, I guess, of ore. Stalagmites are the ones that are going upwards from the ground. Tights go down. That's how I remember it. So Gennal takes a look at these basilisks as well, and she notices that they have slightly different markings, slightly different coloration, so these must be the Iron Jaw basilisks and not the Thrashtails. Can we pull this one? I think it's actually down a bit deeper. So Gennal has some decisions to make as well after this cavern. We're going to continue along the Gilneas quest lines that send us further afield. One of those was to the Hinterlands. One may have also been to Desolus as well, or maybe it was the Badlands actually. Yeah, I think it was actually the Badlands. Oh, that was not a good move. What we may have to do here is just kite these around as much as we can. And then frost over when we have the ability. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just keep waiting. Good kiting there, Gennal. Well done. Very good. And now we'll get some distance. Gennal will turn. She'll fight. We may use our Robes of Insight on usability to don't have to spend too much mana here. We tried to petrify Gennal there, we can see that in his eyes. But not today. It's not Gennal's death day today. She's not going to end up like someone outside, or one of those sad figures out there. Gennal is grasping one of the stalagmites. She rips it out of its well, I don't know what to call it. Out of its vein, perhaps? One more Iron Jaw. Gennal can be done with this. Basilisks are becoming a close second least favourite enemy, with first obviously still being the spiders. One more ore glinting in the distance. Right, fantastic. Out we go. Gennal checks her log while running out of this dangerous dungeon. So she made a note of the goblin's name. It's Crank Fizzlebub. So we're going to head back down to Crank Fizzlebub, who was inside the tavern in Booty Bay. As you can see, we have 3 more green quests here to do for the Gilneans. We'll take a look at those once we get back onto the main road. Looks over her shoulder, make sure the beast... Oh, it's right there on her tail. Tommy is just about quicker than this basilisk. 2 legs are better than... or 4 legs are better than 6, apparently. Okay. So, once we have handed this in to Crank, we need to go to the Badlands, as we thought. The hinterlands, okay. And then finally to Dustwallow Marsh. Now, we'll check our map. I'm not sure if Gennal's been to the Badlands before. We shall see. Badlands up there. No, she hasn't. And the closest flight path would probably be Lochmadan. I'm not sure if Gennal's even... Oh, she did spend a bit of time there. That's right. She cannot forget the dwarves helped her and her people, giving them refuge at the beginning of her journey. So she's been there before. So we could do the Badlands next. Where else? We have Hinterlands and we have Theramore. So Theramore won't be too much issue. We don't have teleport there as a mage, although we'll make sure Gennal trains that once we get there. We do have teleport to Ironforge and Stormwind. So, could be an idea to teleport to Stormwind, head over to Lochmadan, or rather teleport to Ironforge, head east to Lochmadan, and then down to Badlands. Gennal will dwell on it a little bit longer. An ominous entrance to Booty Bay. Whale shark? Some sort of extinct beast, perhaps? It can't be sort of the carcass of the beast, could it? No, they must have just placed the maw of it as an imposing entrance to the cave. Interesting to think about. We're here, the Salty Sailor Tavern, and there is Crank. He's already talking to someone. Inging. We'll wait a second, just to be polite. Have ourselves a seat. And we'll keep looking over our shoulder. Just, there we go. We're free to talk to Crank, perhaps. There we go. Let's go and have a chat with Crank. Crank, we've been to the mine. Okay, we have all the ore we need. Whoa there, pal. I gotta say, I didn't expect you to make it out of there in one piece. You're a real survivor. I'll give you that. So you're telling me the mine's clear of all them nasty basilisks? Well, ain't that splendid news? I'll have a mining team dispatched there pronto. Now, about that ore you managed to snag, I'll need you to hand it over. Don't worry, I'll package it up all real nice and attach a fancy note for Todd. Long time no see, right? I'm sure he'll be thrilled to get a package from me. Alright, my pal, here's my package you've been waiting for. Crystal vein, all neatly packaged and ready for delivery. Take good care of it now, you hear? Now, when you see Todd, pass along my message. Tell him to swing by once he's done with his rebellion business and whatnot. We'll have a good old chat and catch up on things, and wish him the best of luck from me, will you? As for me, well, I've got some business to attend to. There's money to be made and deals to be struck. Okay, well, thank you for packaging that up so nicely for us. And we'll take that from you now. Thank you. Okay, let's get out of here. Gennal, have you made your decision? Where are you heading to now? Ironforge it is. She steps through the portal and Ironforge, here we are. Onwards we go to the Flight Master. There we go, the mighty griffins over there. Fellow mage, an expert mage by the looks of it. Oh, not at all. It's a high elf priest Gennal. Don't get confused. They look quite similar, but do very different things.
What's on your mind?
Griff, we need a bride. Yes, to Nordannar. Gennal surveys landscape. He has been in some very different climates recently. From the rain-soaked lands of Gilneas to the humid, cloth-soaked lands of Stranglethorn Vale to the snow-laden lands Nordannar. Azeroth truly does have some quite different climates. We've arrived. Gennal, we need to check your log. Where do we have to go in the Badlands? So first of all, let's head towards the lake. And we'll follow the lake south. So, Gennal has made some notes in her journal. And essentially there is a magical influence that lingers in Gilneas, and they're asking Gennal for their help in investigating it. It's to do with this individual they think Lord Prestor. And Magus Aurelius, I remember that person. Magus Aurelius was in the council sort of chambers of Ravenshire. Really, it was just a city hall. He wants to investigate this Lord Prestor, as he believes that there's a magical influence surrounding him. And this same magical influence is in the air throughout Gilneas. So we are there, or we are here in the Badlands to discover the source. To do that, we need a rare item, a font of Arcana that is often wielded by blue dragonkin. The nearest to their brood resides within the Badlands in a place named the Crystalline Oasis. This might require a bit of searching. It's a brand new location. Gennal. So... oh my gosh, the heat. We've just come. Gennal looks over her shoulder from a lush, grassy land with a huge lake to this arid, desolate, bad land. Goodness me. Azeroth, you do throw up some surprises. Right, so blue dragonkin we're after. We're going to just head along the eastern edge of this land. Let's see if we can come up against any of these blue dragonkin. Dustwind Gulch. And Gennal can hear or sense some prowlers around here, some predators. To be on your guard, Gennal. Yeah. Gennal decides to head further up here. She got some instructions from the Griffin Rider way out, Griff, I think his name was, who essentially just gave Gennal some loose notes for her to make on her map, which essentially just laid out the scale of the Badlands and a few locations. So she knows if she follows this area here, this path, that she can continue going east or a little bit further. Oh, a black dragonling. This is not what we're after, but it is a dragon. Interesting. What is this? Pillar of Diamond. Requires Sign of the Earth. Should we investigate? Let's investigate, Gennal. Yes. Nothing. Okay, well, something for another day then, Gennal. She's made a note in her diary that this exists and that it's there. Oh my goodness. The mummies and the daddies are here. We found the babies and they've led us to their parents. Gennal, a wide berth, please. Out around the edge of this land. They're sort of in this basin. This land is a reserve for these dragons, and it makes total sense. No other no animal at all would want to locate itself in the proximity of a dragon. Look at this, another one of these obelisks. Pillar of Amethyst. Interesting. And a third, Pillar of Opal. Right, lots of black dragonkins, but maybe if we continue onwards we'll find a different coloured dragon. This path be fruitful, or will we have to turn around, Gennal? Tommy can scale some. Oh, there we go. Well done, Tommy. Expertly. Oh, gosh. Blue dragonkin. Come on, Gennal. Have an attempt at getting some loot from these. See if they drop what we're after. See some others around there. Just scale Mana Weaver. We'll keep Following these for a while. Hoping we're in the right direction. There we go, Font of Arcana. Well done, Gennal. That was nice and quick. Right, with that done and dusted, we can now head on to do 2 more quests, a Bloody Solution and the Gilneas Lighthouse. I think the first place we should go is back to Ironforge. Let's do that, back to Ironforge. And then on to Dustwallow Marsh. I think we need to go to Menethil Harbour, then onwards. That's right. So Gennal has seen a few more lands now. Her eyes are opening to the breadth that exists in Azeroth and their ferocity as well. Griff, good to see you again, and so soon. Menethil Harbour, please. Looking at our quest log, it seems as though we will soon have to enter Gilneas City. Gennal is just holding out for the completion of these final 4 quests to see if there's any other person around that would like to send us there for another reason, so that we can complete all the quests at the same time. The next thing as well is we'll have to see where Gennal is next pulled. What direction will she be pulled into? Or pulled to? Once Gilneas is complete. Which peoples will need her? Well, I guess we'll soon find out. Back to Menethil Harbour we are. It's been a while, but we're back. Boat's been there for a while, she believes. I wonder what work they're doing on it. It's definitely been birthed for many months, maybe even a year. In the distance there we can see ship. And soon enough we'll be turning around, going back where the ship just came from. On we go, let's find ourselves a nice seat. And there we are. Perfect. Gentle breeze on Gennal's face. Perfect time for her to meditate on what she's learned, get out a good book, a good mage book, and dwell on how she can do her AoE better. I know she gets far too distracted by her journal. She loves reading her journal. She wants to prepare for the next quest in Dustwallow. Okay, so it sounds nice and simple. We have to just speak to the dockmaster in Theramore Oil to recover any oil that was meant for Gilneas. So nice and simple, nice and straightforward. No issues there. Well, Gennal had a little sleep on that route over, on the journey over. As you can see, it's now night time. Time has passed. Something they do in Turtle WoW which I didn't appreciate till right now, although I'd heard it, is that they've introduced a pseudo of distance to the world, a pseudo grandness, largeness to the world, and the way they've done that is by, well, in one way, by showing that actually the world is so large that there's a time disparity. One side of the world is night, whilst the other one is daytime. So it is like you're going from one side of the earth to another. Aha. There is the Dockmaster. Hello, we are Gennal. I am Gennal. And we've been sent by the Gilneans looking for oil for their lighthouse. Do you know anything about it? Oil to Gilneas? Hasn't that place been sealed shut for years now? Now that you mention it, we do have a supply of old oil that has been lingering around it for some years. I hate to tell you this, but it was taken when the deserters left the city and went to found their camp in the quagmire. I've no doubts their purposes for the highly flammable liquid are nefarious. That or they desire to make some coin off the valuable resource. There ain't many active sources working these days, and if you want the oil, you'll have to recover it from the deserters. Okay, interesting. Well, right, well, I guess we know where we're headed. Let's do that. So, we were told to head, just to double check, the deserters' hideout. And we've actually been here before. And we believe that the deserters' hideout is around about there. Maybe a bit further in. But Gennal has definitely been to this hideout once before. And what's there? She'd actually cleared out many of the deserters, so maybe more deserters or desertations have occurred. Now, we did actually want to get the Theramore portal spell here as well. And Gennal assumes it'll be in here because Jaina spends a lot of her time in this area. Magus, we remember talking to you a long time ago. And just remind ourselves. So, in order to get this teleport, we have to do a quest for you. The manuscript on Hydromancy 2. You there, Mage. You've proven yourself to Theramore, and there is something dire I must ask. Long ago, a cult-tyran hydromancer spent considerable time in Gilneas, leaving behind the second manuscript on hydromancy within the city. Ever since it has been logged into their library, it's sitting dormant. There have been stories of revolt and rebellion there, and I must ask you to brave the city and recover the manuscript before our enemies learn the secrets of our most powerful magic. That is perfect. Magus, we've been there many times. Not into the city, but we are planning to head there. That's fantastic. We'll do that.
See you later.
Well, that's great. That was perfect. So we actually have a 5th quest now for Gilneas City. Interestingly, it doesn't say dungeon. That's okay. We'll presume that it is a dungeon quest. So, what we'll do is we will swim westward across this body of water and make ourselves fighting ready, fighting fit to take on the deserters and recover and reclaim oil we need for Gilneas. But we'll do that next time. So everyone, thank you very much for joining, Gennal, for joining myself, and until next time, goodbye.